Good morning, y'all. It is currently 1:11, March 4th, 2025. And today I'm going to tell you a little story about a couple dreams that I had this morning. Today's going to be a quick one. Yes, I didn't record a video yesterday because I didn't remember any of my dreams. And I went to bed around 2 o'clock, like usual last night, 2 a.m. And I had to get up early today. I've been trying to get up early anyway, but today I had to get up early to pay my rent. And I slept in a little bit later than I meant to. I didn't end up getting out of bed until like 10:15, and I had to start waiting for my landlord to show up to pay my rent at 10:30. So I only just barely had enough time to write my dreams down before I had to go wait for her. I was actually writing these down in my living room while waiting for her to show up. And it's going to be short and sweet because I was feeling kind of lazy. This morning, and I could have remembered more details, but I didn't really try that hard to remember the details. But I had two dreams that I remembered. The first, because I woke up from a dream. There was actually two dreams that I vaguely remembered when I first woke up. It was like 6:30, 7, somewhere around there. I don't remember what time it was exactly. And I don't remember one of them anymore. But there was the one that I wrote down. And there was a lot more details, but my dream recall is still shit, so I didn't remember it that vividly. But what I do remember is I'm in a dark bedroom and I'm laying in bed, and there's like a dresser or some kind of like stand that's really tall, and there's a TV up on top of it. Like, I remember it being in like the upper half of the wall, if you know what I'm saying. It was closer to the ceiling than it was the floor. So I was laying in bed watching the TV, and I was trying to watch porn on the TV. I had my phone connected to the TV through I had it like casting to the TV or something. And I was trying to be secretive about it. And my older brother kept like coming into the bedroom, and I was like trying to hide what I was doing. So I was trying to be secretive about it. And eventually he comes in and he like catches me, but he doesn't say anything about it, but I can tell by the look on his face that he's like mad at me and disappointed. So I like disconnect my phone from the TV. I actually remember, like, you know how when you're looking at the input on the TV, there's like, it says you're a game system, or it's like HDMI 1, 2, 3. I remember looking at that and it said Android. Like, I don't think that's how it works. You don't connect your phone through an HDMI and it says Android. But that's how it was in the dream. So I disconnected my phone from the TV and I walked out of the room. And that's the last thing that I remember from that dream. The next dream that I had, I went back to sleep. I didn't even write that dream down. Like I said, I was feeling kind of lazy. So that's just what I remembered after waking up from this next dream. If I would have really laid down and delved into that dream, I probably could have remembered more details. But then again, if I would have done that and tried to write that dream down in that moment, maybe I wouldn't have fallen asleep to have this next dream. So, this next dream that I had, I fell back asleep, and I was lucid in this dream. I don't remember a specific moment that I became lucid. I think I was lucid pretty much from the beginning. And I'm walking around in this dream outside. I'm like walking in, I think it's a town. I don't remember if it's a specific town that I've lived in, but that's just the general dreamscape, is walking around a town. And I'm walking around for a while. Like, I remember thinking to myself, I've been walking around a while in this dream. Like, I was lucid, but I was still like following the plot. But I was like on the ride of the dream, just walking around. but I was still aware that it was a dream. And eventually I come to a hotel, and I'm in the hotel's, like, parking lot. And I eventually get distracted by a tree. Like, I'm sitting there by the tree, touching the grass, just amazed by how the grass feels and how I can actually feel the grass in the dream. And then I'm sitting there staring at this tree, really trying to soak in all the details. And it's like a palm tree. I don't remember looking up at the top of the tree to see if it actually was a palm tree, but the trunk of the tree was really thin, and it looked how I would imagine a palm tree would look. And it was, I remember the tree bark reminded me of a pineapple. You know how it's got like a pineapple or a closed pine cone. You know how it's got like those things that can like open, but it was closed. I'm trying to think of how to do, it's like the pointy parts that like go together. You know, a pineapple. Why am I? Yeah, that's what it reminded me of, like scales on a dragon or something. And I was like touching the tree and amazed at feeling the tree. And yeah, it started getting really vivid at that point. And then there was also around the same time, like after this, before I go inside, I think I was carrying a book bag, and I like dropped the book bag and things like spilled out and my glasses fell off. And I remember grabbing my glasses, and they were kind of like bent out of shape. They were my work glasses. These are like my at-home glasses. I don't know if you can see it, but they're really dirty. I never clean my glasses. That's beside the point. These are not the glasses that I was wearing in the dream. The glasses that I was wearing in the dream have like thinner frames, and they're like cheaper glasses. And they were kind of like bent out of shape, and I was having trouble putting them on my face. And they are transition glasses, which I didn't really notice it while I was wearing them, that like things weren't dark, like actually wearing transition transition glasses or whatever. But when they were on the ground and I was grabbing them and trying to put them on my face, they were dark, like they had transition from the sunlight. But when I put them on, it wasn't dark. It's kind of weird. And then eventually I start going inside, and it's just like the entrance. Like, you know how Walmart or like some other like grocery store has like the outside area where like the red boxes and I don't know what to call it. It's the entrance before you get into the lobby. Like, it wasn't straight into the lobby. It was like this like glassed off, like I wrote down a sunroom kind of. It's kind of like a sunroom area. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but it was that. It wasn't the actual like lobby of the hotel. And I get into that area, and the thought crosses my mind to pull my phone out and start messing with my phone. I'm curious what my phone would be like in a dream. And I pull my phone out, and it's my old phone, not this phone that I'm using right now. I had an old phone that I dropped, and the corner of the phone like hit the ground perfectly to where the screen got completely fucked up and I had to buy a new phone. So it was that phone that I pulled out of my pocket, and I could tell because of the back wallpaper. The wallpaper was like the generic wallpaper. I never changed wallpaper on my phone. So if you have like an old Android, maybe you know what I'm talking about. The background is like red, I think, and there's all these like balloons that are like floating up and like bumping into each other and shit. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I try to swipe it up to like open it and type in my passcode. And in the context of the dream, my passcode wasn't my passcode. It was the last 4 digits of my phone number. So I tried to type in my phone number, but I'm typing in my old phone number, and it doesn't work. And I'm like, oh, that's funny. So I'm like trying to remember what my new phone number is, which I've had for like almost 3 years now. And for some reason I can't remember it. And I just thought that was really funny. Excuse me. And yeah, that was about it. That's the last thing I can remember before I woke up. Once again, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I could have remembered more if I would have delved into my dreams and tried to remember right when I woke up. But honestly, I'm lucky that I'm recording this vlog at all, because I was very tempted not to, because I was just feeling lazy. My main motivation for writing this down was because obviously I need to write everything down, but I didn't feel like it was really worth a video. But here I am, 11 minutes later, still rambling. So yeah, I think that's about all. Good night. And sweet dreams. Actually, I forgot to mention, I keep forgetting to mention my dream recall score. I missed yesterday, but I remembered 2 dreams today. So this brings my dream recall score up to 4. 4 for the last 7 days. And this would be the third 3 dreams for March. So, good night and sweet dreams.